We're in our 13th practice today, and I think the thing that I've been pleased with in practice is I think from an effort standpoint, as I thought we would heading into this preseason, I've seen more of a consistent effort and an understanding in terms of the expectations that myself and our staff have in terms of how we want the game played. It's been somewhat up and down in terms of you still have to learn the system, the style of play. We've got 5 new guys that are seeing what we want to do for the first time, and then also with the veterans even, it's been a while since we've been on the court, but overall I think the focus is there. For the most part, the intensity is there. We just have to continue to get better in terms of executing offensively and understanding defensively what it takes to play the style of play. Chavez is doing well. He had surgery on, I think it was Monday, to repair a hernia, and I think the surgery went as well as can be expected. I think right now it's just a matter of our doctors telling us when he can return to action, but he came by, I think it was Tuesday. All the guys saw him. He seemed to be in good spirits, so it's just a healing process now. I don't know. I think that's entirely up to the doctors, and obviously the first concern is to make sure he's healthy. Carl's doing well. Again, I say this every time we talk. I want to make sure we all understand this is a guy that's played for 2 years. So there's no substitute for experience. And you hear Coach speak all the time, you can't teach height. And he's 7'1". He's a good athlete. And I think every day he's got an opportunity to come on the floor and learn. The thing that I always try to evaluate is the mentality and the attitude that you bring to the practice court every day. And he's brought a great attitude, a great will to learn. He's got an opportunity to go against veteran players, and every day he's matched up against one of the better front court players in our league, in Jermichael Green. So that's a great opportunity for him every day to learn more and to get better. He should play. Should play.
Has it been any of your second game compared to the first? Have we played 5 versus 1 now?
Well, I mean, we're in our second week of practice. We haven't played any games, so we're undefeated. So I kind of like that, but who knows? I think obviously every year brings different challenges. So for us right now, it's just about trying to control what we control, how hard we play every day in practice, the attitude that we bring every day to what we're trying to establish, and do the things that will ultimately, hopefully, lead to us being successful.
Are these guys ready to play a game yet?
Probably not. Probably not. We've got a lot more things that we need to get in offensively and defensively, but we're not far away. I think we had one scrimmage last weekend, and we were able to kind of get a measuring stick of where we were and some things that we need to do a lot better before we play. In reality, these next couple of weeks, it's still preseason for us where the games don't count. So we'll be, looking at different things and adding and maybe deleting some things as we go through and trying to figure out what's best for this team.
I've heard coaches say in the past that sometimes they have, one of the things that they harp on with inexperienced players is defense. How the newer guys have been adjusting to playing defense?
It's an adjustment. For a lot of our guys, it's a different way than they've had to defend before, a different level of intensity. So I think it's learning terminology, learning the expectations, and then even for our veterans, I think what we have to do from a defensive standpoint for us, it's just our identity. Obviously, we put a lot of emphasis on the way we want to defend. So being able to get out of our comfort zone every day defensively so we can take our opponents out of their comfort zone. So it's an adjustment, but one that hopefully we'll continue to get better at over the course of the year.
I think this is going to be the kind of team where 5 guys are recognized above the others and start almost every game, or do you think we'll mix and match?
I really don't know. We'll see how that plays out. I would hope that the thing I told our guys in the off season for our veterans before the newcomers came, that our success this year would be based on the improvement from the guys returning on our team. That the new guys would hopefully add some value to those guys, but our success depends on the development and the understanding, maturity, all that stuff for the returning players. So I would hope that our veterans will provide the leadership and the experience we need to help our entire team be better.
Talk about point guard position a little bit, maybe how some of the young guys there come along.
Yeah, well, we've got Ben Eblin, Trevor Relaford, and Charles Hankerson probably rotating right now in practice at that position, gaining experience. I think the thing that we have on our team is several guys that can play multiple positions. So we try to exploit that, and obviously, for us, we'll be inexperienced losing Mikhail Torrance. That was, and obviously Anthony Brock in the backcourt. So anytime you got to play young guys or inexperienced guys, at that position, which is so critical, it's definitely a concern. But I'm confident that the guys we have will do a good job and be ready to play. Yeah, well, our style of play is based on depth, and our strength will hopefully be in our numbers. I think last year we had a 9-man rotation, 9 guys on scholarship. We probably played 7 or 8 on a consistent basis, and the way we want to play the game makes it difficult. And I think last year we probably had some games where we didn't finish the way we needed to because of that. Hopefully this year we will have more quality depth. I think right now we're trying to establish that, and just because you got more numbers doesn't necessarily mean you have more depth. And that's the thing our guys got to understand. Every day I try to preach, especially to the young guys, that playing time is not a right. That's a privilege that you earn every day by what you do in between the lines in practice. And what we've tried to do is let them know how they'll be evaluated and how they'll be judged in terms of their readiness to help the team. Andrew fits very well into our plans. Andrew is, as you well know, had a few injuries here over the course of his career. Knock on wood, he stayed healthy so far in this preseason. And again, I think he played 5 games or 4 games last year before he suffered an injury. So he's somewhat inexperienced as well in terms of the style of play, even though he did get to go through the preseason last year. So I think every day, another guy that's learning and growing and understanding better what it takes. Yes. Well, I can't specifically talk about recruiting right now, obviously, until signing day, but I'm excited about the guys that we've been able to add, and hopefully we'll continue